As you get comfortable resting, feel the part of yourself that puts energy out to take care of other people or the situation around you. And for the time we're doing yoga, just relax that need to output energy and think about yoga like input. This is like a recharge for your battery, refill your reservoir. Place your hands on the mid-abdomen by your lower ribs. With your hands, sense the movement of your breath and feel whatever there is to feel in your body. There can be feelings of digestion happening in your abdomen. Maybe you feel a pulse or your heart beating. There may be a quality of your nervous system that you notice. And whatever you notice in your experience, allow it to be included. Everything is a part of this moment. All of these sensations are welcome. And we know that the sensations have a changing quality, moment to moment. Take a few deeper, longer breaths. Like filling up a balloon. When you're breathing in, your belly lifts, your hands rise naturally. Breathing out, let the belly deflate, lungs deflate. Enjoy a few slower, deeper breaths, settling in. As you are focusing inside with your breath, notice the recharging aspect. Recharging your batteries as you focus inside and relax. One more breath, just resting. Stretch your arms overhead. Weave your fingers together and reach extra long. Shoulders can squeeze up to your ears, lengthen down through your heels, and then point your toes. Reach through the heels again, opening down the back of your leg, and then reach through the toes to open the front of the leg. Place feet on the mat one at a time. Reach out and squeeze your knees. Rock a bit side to side to roll out your back. Experiment with how close or how far your knees are. Another option is to hold around the back of your knees and just see what kind of massage feels good. There's a way of bringing the knees more forward or to the side, and that will massage more around your glutes. And then when the knees get closer, we're massaging more through the low back. Take a little time to experiment, play, roll around, and see what feels helpful. Feet to mat. For a pelvic tilt, arms rest by your side. Firm your belly and iron your low back down to the ground. That causes your tailbone to lift. And then reverse, arch your low back away from the floor and dig your tailbone down. Cycle gently like that. Firm the belly, flatten your low back. This will lift up the tailbone. And then reverse, arch your low back away from the mat, Dig the tailbone down. As you flow between these movements, try to make a steady pace. If you like to connect with your breathing, exhale is when the low back is flattening. Inhale, lift the low back. Try to do the movement from your core and your back muscles more than pushing or pulling with your feet or your legs. So a very core movement. Sometimes it can be a new way of using your muscles, so just let yourself acclimate if it's new. One more breath with that movement. Relax your back and just take a moment to see how it feels. Breathe down through your low back. Tune in. Cross your right ankle onto your left knee for the figure 4. We're going to warm up just by moving the right knee. Bring it more toward your body and then push it out and away to the right. So just squeezing it in and then press away. The next time you're pressing the knee away, just stay like that. Reach the knee out. If that's enough stretch for the side and back hip, stay here. Or reach around and grab your left knee. Draw it in to stretch out the back of your hips. There may be a flex in your right ankle that helps to support your knee. A deep breath, finishing this side. Exhale, left foot to mat, right foot down, and then changing sides, left ankle on the knee. Just start with that movement. Lift your knee and then reach it out and away. See how much movement is here. It has a fan-like quality, moving on an arc shape. Let yourself explore that range of motion. And remember, when we are just beginning yoga, none of the movements need to be extreme. Everything is just easing in, easing out. Guide the knee forward, and then we're going to deepen the stretch. So just pressing that knee out, see if that feels like enough. Option to add on the right knee. Hold on to the front of that knee or behind the thigh. Drink in your breath. There may also be a little rocking side to side to help ease into the stretch. See where you may melt tension out of the pose, shoulders, jaw, neck. And focus strength in the lower body. Right knee draws in, left knee presses away. One more breath. Exhale, right foot to mat. Plant both feet on the ground, and we'll set up a twist from here. Reach your arms out either into a cactus shape or straight out like the letter T. I want to offer a few options in this twist. So simplest way to twist is just keep your feet where they are and then roll to the inner and outer edges to dip your knees into the twist. If you'd like to increase, feet off the floor, raise the shins about parallel to the ground, and then we'll move like that. Knees to the side, up to center. Find your breath. So when you're breathing out, that's when your knees move to the side. Breathe in, rise to center. Tune into the core quality of the twist, that your abdominals are kind of hugging your center to help move the legs. If you like to add the neck, our gaze is just going to turn opposite from the knees, very gently. One more twist to each side. Exhale to twist. Inhale, center. Exhale to the side. As your knees come through center, give them another squeeze. Take a moment for any other rotations that feel good. Knees could sway side to side, come in closer or move away. See what feels like a release on your back. Plant feet on the mat. We're going to activate our core. Hands come behind the back of the head. And throughout these crunches, think of keeping your neck muscles relaxed and your head heavy in your hands. Curl your head and chest up. Try to get your shoulder blades more off the mat, and then let your head rest into your hands. When you exhale, lift up a bit, flatten your belly toward the spine. Inhale, lower down, but stay lifted. Exhale, curling up. Inhale, lower down. Continue like that. A little shaking is very normal as you develop these muscles more and more. If you want to add on, feel free to raise up your legs and squeeze them together. Activate your feet. All good just to keep feet grounded on the mat as you flow. Take 3 more with your breath. Make the movement happen from your core, your abs, not your neck. So head is heavy in the hands. Last one, nice job. Relax head to mat, and then just bring your fingertips to the side of your neck and give a little massage. Behind your ear, there's kind of a bony landmark, the mastoid process behind your earlobe, the back of the ear. And there's a wonderful way to massage where we take tension out of the neck muscles, just massaging little circles. Nice deep breath. It may feel nice to roll head side to side right here. Roll to your side and slowly come up to sit. We're going to be sitting with our feet for a seated cat and cow variation. Either holding your shins or behind the thighs, pull the shoulders back. And this is our cow pose. Kind of lean your chest back, pull the low back forward. And then for cow, curl your tailbone down, make your arms long, and dip your chin to your chest. Yeah, so forward and back, row, lift the chest, and then open up your back, tone your belly, pull navel to spine. If you'd like to take one movement per breath, feel free, or if there's a way of moving that suits you better. Listen to your body and see what feels helpful. Make the movement a little more circular than linear. So when you come forward, you might bring the shoulders one forward, one back. And when you swing back, maybe it's like you're tracing the inside of a teacup. Take another moment to roll and see what other movements feel good. Great, let's cross our ankles. Roll to hands and knees. Setting up the table pose. Ease in by stretching your wrists. Just shift forward any amount to get that stretch, and then shift back. Flip over one of your hands, so you're pressing the back of the hand toward the ground. Fingers are pointed at your knee. And same thing, we're just easing forward and back. It's very normal for that elbow to be bent on the arm where the hand is flipped. Change out your hands, flip the other hand, getting a stretch for your wrist. Really pay attention to what you feel and move in a way that helps to find release. Nice. Ease back into child's pose. Big toes a little closer, knees a little wider from each other. Release forward and think of this pose as lengthening out your back. Try a gentle rock side to side, soothing your nervous system with a therapeutic rock. Enjoy 2 more breaths, either stillness or movement. Let your back get longer, creating more space. Rise up into table. Walk the knees close together so they're as close as is comfortable. And as we're going to be on the knees, here's a little trick. If you want more padding, you just fold your mat so then you have like a triple thickness under your knees. That's just an option. So knees are nice and close. For the fire hydrant, we're going to alternate sides. So lift one knee out and then release it down. When we're going to switch sides, inhale, lift to the side, exhale, knee to mat. And then just continue moving side to side. Try to have minimal offset of your hips. So the pelvis stays pretty level and we're just moving the knee. Yeah, side to side, working into the stabilizing muscles of the hips. If your wrists ever need a break, go ahead onto flat fists. Take that break for your wrists. Shine your heart forward to help lengthen out your back. One more reach on each side, pelvis level. Nice. Let's go ahead and take downward dog. Walk your handprints forward a few inches, lengthening out the stance. Curl your toes and lift up. Find a triangle shape in your body. A deep breath as you settle into being inverted. Walk the dog. Bend one knee and press opposite heel down gently. Switch sides, working length through the back of the leg. Ease your way to standing. Walk feet forward and walk hands back, whatever makes it possible, and slowly rise up. Sweep your arms overhead, deep breath in. Exhale, hands together by your heart. Take a moment in the mountain pose, arms down beside you. Feel your footprints on the mat and shift just a little bit left to right. Try to equalize your body weight between the 2 feet. On each foot, roll to the inner and outer edges, the arch side and then the pinky toe side. Find the happy medium where you're balanced down the center of your foot. Find length from the tip of your tailbone reaching down, up through your back, up through the very top of your head. Drop the chin just slightly and get longer through the back of your neck. If your body is steady like a mountain, imagine that your breath is like the wind that blows around, flowing around the mountain. And your mind is the sky, vast and open. Bring hands together in front of your heart. We're going to flow through the robin's breath. Stretch arms forward, kind of like an arrow. You're reaching forward. Drop your chin and exhale. Inhale, open your wings, reach the arms out, gazing up. Exhale, hands together, reach forward, chin to chest. Inhale, hands to heart center, stand tall. Exhale, reach forward, open up your shoulder blades. Inhale, open arms wide, chest to the sky. Exhale, reach forward, drop the chin. Inhale, hands to heart. One more cycle. Exhale, dive forward, reach, reach. Inhale, open wide, shoulder blades together. Exhale, hands together, forward. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, lower your arms, sweep high, deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. This is the pose where if you want to have support, we've got options with furniture or chairs under the hands. Strengthen down through your feet and firm up your quads on the front of the thigh. Let your spine lengthen out and lower down any amount. From wherever your hands are touching, press slightly down and pull the heart forward through your hands. Spine is getting longer as the pose deepens. Pivot your weight slightly out of the heel, just a bit more into the front of your foot. Find that gravity pull as you deepen your pose. We've got 3 deep breaths wherever you're at. Notice what changes with each breath you take. Nice job. We're going to send our right leg up in the air. Reach that leg back, and then take a big step back to set up your lunge. Fingertips down on the floor. Lower your back knee onto the mat. Walk hands toward the back knee, straighten the front leg any amount, and bend the knee, opening up your hips. So forward and back in your own way. When the knee is bent, this is a crescent lunge position. And when the leg is more straight, this is the half splits. I remember feeling dazzled because I'm not a very splittable person. And then someone said, this is the half splits. And I thought, oh, I never thought I was doing the splits. The next time your knee is bent, we're going to get ready to rise up. And just check in with your back knee. We can always lift it if there's too much pressure, or just adjust where it's resting on the ground to take any pressure out. Reach your arms up, push down into the front foot. Get long as you breathe, chest lifting. Soften the sides of your neck. And remember at the start of class when you found your breath through the center of your ribs, tune into that movement. Nice work. One more inhale. Exhale, we're going to retrace our steps. Walk yourself forward, either hands on the mat or hands on a prop. Raise your back leg, reach it high, and then to the mat. Stand tall, sweep arms up with a deep breath. Exhale, hands to the heart. Free breath. Let's set up the second side. Reach arms up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. So hands to a prop or to the floor. This time, left leg. Reach it back, get really long. Take a big step back when you're ready, setting up your lunge. Hands come to the mat. Lower the front of the back knee. Like we did before, there's the padding option where you might just double the thickness of your mat. Stack the mat double thick under that knee. Half splits flow when you're ready. Front leg long. And then bend the knee. Stretch for the top of the back thigh. Smooth, deeper breathing. See what you notice in your hips and see how things change in your hips. We're going to get ready for the crescent lunge. Bend into the front knee and just take care that your back knee is feeling good. Either lift it up or adjust its positioning. Sweep arms up, press down through the right heel. Lift your spine up. As you're tuning into the breath, the very top of the chest rises up and we're unflaring the bottom ribs. Sometimes we can kind of jut them out. So use your upper abs to knit them together, finding your core hugging your center to get taller in your spine. One more inhale. Exhale, hands to mat. Retrace your steps, shift forward. This is the standing splits. Back leg lifts, hands on a mat or a prop, and both feet to mat. Make your way to stand. Arms reach high. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take a breath to tune in with your body. Notice how things have changed, how your body is releasing and opening. Shift weight into your right footprint, and we're going to be playing with Warrior 3. Raise your left knee and start with hands on hips. So Warrior 3 is a balance pose, and as a movement into it, we're just going to be lifting the knee forward and then straighten the leg back. And at any point, those toes may touch the ground to help with your balance. Take one more breath, a little teeter-totter. Left foot to the earth, shift into the other side. Raise the right knee, any amount. And just start to find the central axis of your body. Crown of the head reaches up, and then a little pivot. Right leg straight back, and then bend the knee as you lift it forward. So just tipping forward and back, easing into the balance. And at any point, the foot might rest to help you find your balance. Both feet to mat. So I want to give a few options for the pose we're going to hold. I'll show you the full Warrior 3 and then a few alternatives. So Warrior 3, it's a really challenging pose for a lot of us. It's kind of like the letter T. So arms are forward and the back leg is lifted. We can also take a shape that's kind of like halfway there, where we're tipping forward, back leg lifts, and we're getting the same strengthening. And then I'll show a third version is to be holding onto some furniture nearby as we lift the back leg. So start to shape your pose. We're balancing on the right leg first. Start to shift torso forward, send the leg back. And really press through that foot like you're putting a rubber stamp on the wall behind you. Firm up your core, draw the front ribs in to strengthen your back. Reach from the crown of the head to the tip of the toes. One more inhale. Exhale, step down. If you want to shake things out a little, roll the shoulders to release. Get tall on both feet and prepare to balance on the left foot. Shift yourself over. As far as hands in the pose, I find that hands on hips is like a balance support because your navel is your center of gravity. So that's helping you to balance. And then arms overhead is just extra challenge. If you want to have like a higher heart rate, if you want to up the ante in the pose. Give yourself a few deeper breaths to really focus. Press through both legs. Try to lengthen the back of the knees. Pull the heart forward. From the back foot to the crown of the head, get longer. Deep breath to finish the pose. Exhale, feet to earth. Shake things out a little bit. Roll the shoulders. For the bear twist, reach your arms out and see if you can measure some space. So we're going to be just spinning side to side. The feet are maybe 2 feet apart. And if you watch my feet, there's like a pivot. So whatever the back foot is, the heel lifts. So that whole leg is spinning inward. Let your shoulder blades relax, neck relax. Nice. Let's slow that down and come to the long side of the mat. Step out wide. We're headed for extended side angle pose, one of my personal favorites. Right foot, point that out to the side, and then rotate your back foot to find a setup where the back knee is supported. Bend and straighten into the front leg. Healthy knee tracking. The knee is pointing down the midline of the foot. Stack knee over ankle, and then shift to your right. Forearm on the thigh. Couple options with the top arm. The typical pose is arm alongside the ear. And if that ever gets to be a bit much for your shoulder, you can just do thumb down and tuck that arm behind your back for a different kind of shoulder opening. Stand into both feet, especially the front heel. Sometimes it lifts and it's like a release valve for strengthening more. Find equal length through both sides of your low back. Lean back just a little bit through the top shoulder, opening wide in the heart. Stand into the back foot. See how that helps to release your back. To come out, ground the front foot. Reach with your top arm to rise up. Change your legs. If you need a break between sides, go ahead and take that break. And then we've got the left toes angled to the short side of the mat, and the back toes, I like to rotate them in. But the purpose of the foot position is to make sure that your knees feel good. Bring hands to hips and just bend and straighten the front knee. Watch the knee track down the midline of the foot. Another way to think of that is that you can see your big toe when your knee is bent. The big toe is on the inside of the knee. Shift yourself to the left, forearm on the thigh. And one thing to notice is that the bottom shoulder doesn't just collapse, but we're kind of pressing into the forearm like a support to lengthen out your spine. Top arm overhead. And we've got our other arm options. Rotate thumb down and tuck that arm behind your back for a different shoulder opening. Stand into the back foot. Tilt your tailbone to point at the back heel to help lengthen the sides of your low back. Top shoulder might lean back just a little bit. Shoulder blades come closer together on the back, helping you to open up. Deep breath. Nice job. To come out, push into the front foot. Reach with the top arm. Nice. Rotate the toes in. Walk the legs together. Shake it out a little bit. We'll be coming down into the yogic squat. Halfway there, we've got a half squat where you might have your hands or your forearms on your thigh. So with knee issues, sometimes just coming into the half squat is helpful. And then full squat is like the little frog knees. We're going to lower our feet down, bend the knees deeply, and sit between them. Some of us are able to ground the heels. Sometimes the heels are a bit lifted. Either one is fine. Take a couple breaths through your back. Firm your deep abdominals by drawing your navel toward your sacrum, and see how that helps to open your back. You might like to come forward in the chest just a bit. Nice. Go ahead and have a seat, however that looks for you. Just stretch your legs out, bounce the knees, find a little rhythm. I've been doing a lot of these like kind of bouncy, vibraty movements. They're really wonderful for releasing trauma, feeling really good. So just bounce, 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 gentle bounces for the knees. And then just stop the movement, feel the after effect. Deep breath. Sit lengthwise on your mat. And for these poses, you might want to be sitting up on a prop. Bend your right knee. For Janu Shirshasana, we're just going to point the knee out to the side. Tilt forward, and just an option is to bend the leg that's on the ground so that you can find the lower leg. Take your right hand by the left hand. When you breathe in, open up, reach the right arm back and up. Breathe out, release forward, and let your spine soften over the left leg. Inhale, lift the heart, reach the right arm up and back. Exhale, reach forward, and let your spine soften. I'll leave it up to you if you'd like to continue the flowing movement, or if you would just like to release over the extended leg, taking a few breaths. Find softness in your upper back. This is a pose for really melting any tightness out of the shoulder blades, out of the thoracic spine. One more breath in your pose, either holding or flowing. Rise up, change legs. As you shift forward, just an option to bend the right knee. Right hand is going to be on the lower leg. If it gets to the foot, that's fine, but we all have different proportions, so not everyone can grab the foot, and that's no problem. Left hand touches the right, and then our flow. Inhale, left arm up and back, twist to the left. Exhale, left hand on the right, and just melt your chest toward the leg. Inhale, lift the spine, lift the left arm. Exhale, look down at your right foot, and then release. Either continue with that flow or stay folding over your right leg. This is a great pose to watch how things can change. And the state of equilibrium in your body, there's always a flux. Nothing is set in stone or stationary. So as you connect with your breath, just feel the magic of how things are shifting, all the possibilities. One more breath in your pose. Nice. Sit tall, both legs long. Sit in the center of your mat, and we're going to be lying all the way down on your back. For the bridge pose, plant your feet. Earlier in class, we did the pelvic tilt, so feel free to repeat that if that feels really helpful on your back. The pelvic tilt also is a great segue into the bridge. Walk your shoulder blades closer together under the back. Firm your core, tilt your tailbone up, and very slowly lift one vertebra at a time, arching up into the bridge. It may feel natural to bring the shoulder blades even closer. Leverage your arms down. It's also an option to interlace the hands. Try to make this pose about a shoulder stand more than a neck stand. So really ground into your feet, ground into your arms to take pressure out of the neck. This is a great pose for a digestion. You might gaze forward and watch your body move with your breath. Whenever you feel done, arms a bit out to the side, and then very slowly lower your spine one vertebra at a time, even slower. Separate feet to the width of the mat and take windshield wipers. Knees to the side, to center, and to the other side. As your knees are reaching, try reaching the arms opposite of the knees. So when knees come to the right, arms are reaching to the left. Weave your fingers together and just pull the arms across the chest, side to side. Continue to flow, or if you like to hold on one side, reach and deepen the twist. Visit both sides evenly as you finish out the pose. Center your knees. Hands to kneecaps, give them a squeeze. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, lift the upper body, curl up into a tiny ball, and then release your head. For the happy baby pose, separate the knees and a few options with the arms. So easy version is hold the back of the knees and point your feet up at the ceiling. And then whatever's reachable, maybe you can walk your hands up the ankles or to the feet. Use your arms to pull the knees down around your torso. Flatten your upper back. You might lift the head and just tuck the chin. Have a little fun. Roll around on your back. I like to straighten one leg at a time, just get a little extra stretch. Since this is happy baby pose, I love to imagine the mindset that a baby has, just how present they are and how they just take things with no baggage around them. When they see you, they have no other thoughts other than just enjoying the moment they have with you. So take a moment to finish the pose and just contemplate, what would it be like to have the mindset of a baby? And place feet to mat. I'm going to give us a restorative pose and then we'll do final relaxation. Grab your cushion and just roll to your side. We're going to be lying down with the cushion under the upper back. This will create a little heart opener so your chest is lifted. Make sure your head is comfortable and your neck is supported. With the legs, either straight legs or Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together and the knees opening wide. You may like to open your arms in the cactus shape, or for extra grounding, place hands on the belly like you did at the beginning of class. Once you find the shape that you'd like to use today, Let your body soften in this shape. Allow gravity to help you lengthen, to help you ground and release. In these restorative poses, the effort we make is simply to let go. And it's important to have enough support so that the letting go comes very naturally. Trace your attention down your spine, starting at the neck where it meets the back of your head. And just pay attention. Bring awareness all the way down the neck, through the shoulder blades. Notice if there's any little release that can happen just by paying attention to these tiny areas of the body. Move down through your mid-back, through the lower back. Really paying kind attention. When you get to the base of the spine, trace your attention around the base, allowing the hips to release. Enjoy a couple more deep breaths to feel the support that's here, and allow yourself to release with this support. Easing out of the pose. If your knees are wide, place hands to the outer thigh just to give a little lift with the arms, knees together. Roll gently to the side to take the prop out from under you so you can lie down flat all the way. And we have the remainder of our relaxation to rest. Shavasana, final relaxation. In the same way that your body is supported by the earth, your mind is supported by the breath. In times when my mind feels kind of like it's just running wild, I keep connecting to the breath as a way of just touching into the moment. It's like if your mind can feel like a wild bird, your breath and the present moment are like a perch that the bird can land on and rest. With awareness on the breath, the mind and the body can relax. Take a deep breath all the way down to your toes. Feel what your toes are like. And then we'll start to wiggle them around. Roll your ankles. Roll the knees side to side. Deep breath down to the fingers. Gently wake them up with movement. Feel your spine and roll your head side to side. Bend your knees and roll to one side. This will be a transition to help us sit up. Press down with arms or elbows and slowly take a comfortable seat. Bring hands together in front of your heart. With your eyes closed or just relaxed, tune in to the benefits of your yoga practice. Offer yourself compassion and kindness to be there for yourself, just like you would be there for a friend. Thank you for being here today. I hope you have a great rest of the night. Namaste.